Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Z, do you sleep? No. Z, do you ever sleep? No, no, no. I'm nocturnal. No, nocturnal is not the right word. I'm sleep deprived. There we go. Right. Z does not sleep. Z sleeping patterns are trash. I did sleep, you guys. I did sleep. Right. I did sleep. How much sleep? Now that's a whole different conversation. Right. That's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different question. How much sleep? Right. Okay. Shout out to Medium Man. I almost missed this one. Um, the we'll call them the YouTube gods, but the algorithm be like, Z, I think you would like this, right? The YouTube gods trying to feed Z rage prawn. It's not gonna work. I'm generally not a rageful person, but this is really good, right? So shout out to Medium Man. For those of you that click the first link in the description box, you will see a video from Medium Man, about 10 minutes long. It's from a live he did a few days ago, maybe 3 days ago at this point, and it is of black women in particular romanticizing relationships with white men, right? Um, and he uses one example of a darker skinned sister with kind of blonde. dr- I guess she's gonna grow them into dreads. They're kind of wicks now, but blonde dreads. Um, Speaking about her tripping or her heels getting stuck in the pavement and black men making fun of her, and then her being in a hot dog stand, and her and a white guy, I guess they sparked up a conversation, and he ended up buying her lunch or whatever it is. Either way, so for those of you that recall, a little while ago, I was joking around and I started to say this actually, which is black women speak as if, especially when black women speak about their loyalty to black men, and they could pretty much have whatever man they want. Black women speak as if non-black men have no choice in the matter. Like black women uh, are against all of the wisdom that they have, against everything, right? They're not self-interested. They don't consider self, none of it. Black women speak as if Henry Cavill, right? Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth are landing in front of the nail salon and hair salon, right? In a helicopter. All three of these helicopters are landing. And there's money falling out of Henry Cavill's wallet, right? Falling out of Chris Evans' wallet, right? And these men are walking into the hair salon and the nail salon, and they're saying, listen, you black women, I love black women. I want one of you. Will one of you come and I want you to live off of my money, and I will say nothing about how you live and how you dress and what you say, and I will never say anything about your behavior and how you comport yourself. And don't worry if you have two and three and four kids from two and three and four different men, or if you have no children but you're in chronic student loan debt. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about your attitude or your hygiene. Don't worry about your attitude. Don't worry about any of that. I will take care of you just because you exist, and I worship at the altar of you. And black women speak like Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, right, and Henry Cavill are proposing this to black women, and all of the black women in the nail salon and all of the black women in the hair salon are saying, no, 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 rich, attractive white man, I could never. We want to go back home to Pookie, who has nothing. And if you let the divestors and swirlers like Crystal Karazin say it, because we want that thug D, and we want nothing to do with you, rich white man. We're too loyal to black men. The black men that are secretly LGBTQ, and the black men that can't keep a job, and the black men that are horrible fathers and horrible husbands, horrible baby daddies. We are too loyal to these wayward man children called black men. Right? You let black women tell it, that's them. Far too loyal to black men. So shout out to Media Man for the video. Exactly. Black women see white men as these big, dumb, rich, naive lames who don't care about sex, who don't care about any of that. They don't want to have kinky time. They just see you as this little helpless, hapless creature. Unless, of course, you want to be strong and independent, then he's willing to subsidize you, right? But white men are easily moldable by black women. Post um colonization, post Western expansion and slavery, post Jim Crow in America, white men are moldable by black women. Oh, yeah, that's it. You let black women tell it, and white men have no self interest. They cater to their women, particularly if their women happen to be a black woman. Oh boy, right? You let black women tell it, right? Rich, successful white men, attractive white men, charismatic white men have no interest whatsoever. They're not self-interested, they're not selfish, they're not cold and calculated. They're none of them are utilitarian, none of that. And all it takes is for black women to cut black men off. I don't want to be with Pookie anymore. And the educated lame is I don't even want to try with him. So any, mini, miny, mo. Do I want Henry Cavill, or do I want Chris Evans, or do I want Chris Hemsworth? Which one of these? You let black women tell it, right? Huh. And so you listen to Media Man talk, and you see the video of the one black woman, and I have the second link. Shout out to attorney Dennis Sperling once again, of black women speaking about what white men will do, and non-black men, right? And you see how they romanticize this. So I'm with Media Man, I'm with Edward Anderson. Let the black women that think like this, let them go experience white men. Let them go find out why, even though white men are these, gods on earth, why is it that white women are still divorcing them at a 50% clip? Let black women go find that out the difficult way. Uh-oh, wait for it, the hard way. Uh-oh, right? That's why I don't make fun of whenever, a situation happens with a black woman in the presence of a white man, and that black woman is no longer with us. I don't make fun of it. I know what black women are on. We've been around black women who thirst after white men, or who are open to black. Let's be honest, black women who date black men, have children with black men, but in the back of their mind is, I could have did better if I was with a Latino. I could have did better if I was with a white dude. I could have did better if I was an Asian dude. If I was with the Asian dude. And that's why once the opportunity presents itself, they jump on it, pun intended. And way more black women, I gotta find that clip. I keep on referencing it. It's gonna be, that's gonna be a task to find that clip of the older black woman that called into Gus T Renegade, and she straight up said, "Black men, you don't know, and we do, by the way, late ma'am. Black men, you don't know how many of these black women are having sex with their white male coworkers, huh?" So I guess for white women, the sex with black men is this primal thing. You want to be with the man that our society says is horrible, and he's dangerous and he's dumb, and but he got a big D, right? He's dangerous and dumb and wayward. but he has good sex. And then for black women, it's I want to be with this guy. Maybe I can baby trap him. For black women, with the Latino man and definitely with the white man, I'm not even going to mention Asians, but black women be giving it up to Asian dudes too. I don't know what they're hoping to get out of average ass white dudes. Oh wait, white men aren't average. They're all spectacular. Listen to how these women are speaking, especially on the second clip, the young lady with the short haircut, right? And so the one thing I will push back on Media Man is it's not just how black people portray white men and media directed towards black people. It's also how our society portrays white men. Our overall society portrays white men. They are the thinkers, they are the inventors, they are the masters of the universe. And that does seep into the minds of all women, obviously, women of color, including black women. It is not a coincidence that what year was that where 54% of Asian women married outside their race, primarily to white men. That's not a coincidence. We know, white and Latina interracial couple, that's white men and Latinas, is the largest interracial marriage rate in America. But when you take it out of Latina, because it could be a white Latina, which is white on white, it's Asian women. That's not a coincidence. Black women just wish they were like more like Asian women, right? It's not a coincidence, right? So shout out to Medium Man for that clip. Um, yeah, dear black men, it's not you. It's the country we live in. It's Western media. It is black women wanting to be the trophy of the man. And the man currently on planet Earth is the white man. When I typed in, because I didn't remember exactly how to spell Henry Cavill's last name. And so instead of typing it in Google, I was already on YouTube. So I typed in his name on YouTube. And then, so I already, I binge watched a couple years ago all of the mean tweet videos, right, where celebrities would read tweets of people making fun of them or insulting them or getting on them. So I binge watched that a few years ago. I didn't know that they came up with a series of thirst tweets. And so I watched the one on Janelle Monáe, and yes, Janelle Monáe is exceedingly attractive. Unfortunately, Janelle Monáe, whoa, wayward like a mug. We're gonna leave that one alone. And so when I typed in Henry Cavill's name, because that's obviously I went from Cavill to the other thirst tweets, and Janelle Monáe was up, so obviously I watched hers. The way women were thirsting over Henry Cavill, it just lets you know, like, you got to know some of those women are obviously women of color and black women really think that a Henry Cavill, with women writ large thirsting over him like that, is going to go after, as Medium Man said, the heavy set dark skinned black woman. They felt a certain way. Look at Travis Kelce. Look at how black women felt with Travis Kelce. Look how black women felt with Chris Evans. Just because these white men have dated, there's another word for that, but fine, dated black women now think they own these white guys. Have y'all ever opened a history book? Like, ever? Dear black women, I get it. Jihad, shout out to Trell Bentley, Shihad against black men, fine. Do y'all not know how this has gone historically in the West in general and in America specifically? Right? There are even rumors about Bill Clinton having a mixed kid. Oops. From a black woman. What that mean? I already told y'all about Paul Ryan. What that mean? Nothing. But you let black women tell it. It's their loyalty to black men, right? Shout out to and I think I'm gonna find that clip. I'm gonna put that clip because I gotta reference it, so I'm gonna find that clip and put it in to the young lady, the black young lady. And for any of you that knows the clip that I'm referencing, please put it in the comments now or email it to me or whatnot. The young lady on Daily Wrap Up Crew who said I could get me an Asian man. Was it Daily Wrap Up Crew? I want to say it was Daily Wrap Up Crew, right? It could have been Crew Season, but I think it was Daily Wrap Up Crew. I could get me an Asian man. I could get me a white man. I could get me a Latino man. Like she going down, like she walked into Walmart. There's an aisle called non-black men, and she's walking down the aisle like, ooh, okay, I could get me one of those. Oh no, no, I could get me one of those. Ooh, look, 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 look. Ooh, that one, that one. I could get me one of those. Right? Z, why does this matter? It's the juxtaposition to black men. Black men are immature. You hear more and more black women telling you black men don't know how to be men, right? Black men are immature. Black men don't know how to be men. Black men are wayward. Black men are shiftless. Black men are mediocre. Let Ebony K. Williams tell it. The masses of black men, blue collar black men especially, don't understand class. You let Bowser tell it. Uh, Black men don't know how to treat a woman. Black men would rather be the woman. Black men are nothing but Big D and swag. You let Crystal and Karazin tell it, right? You let Chrissy tell it. Black men are insufferable, huh? You let Paris tell it. Eve chose better. Serena chose better. Kintanji chose better. Kamala chose better. You let you let her tell it, right? You let Tanya TKO tell it. Yeah, yeah, we all know black women. We all know that it's our loyalty to black men. We know we can get any man. You let Tanya TKO tell it. These other men have no preference. They have no nothing. It's just the only reason that these men are not dating black women is because they think black women won't date them. Right? Huh. Meanwhile, the marriage rate says different. All it's fascinating. You let Madison Brown tell it she went to Europe and the white men worshipped her. You let L'Oreal tell it her black homegirls are telling her Italian men worship you. You let whatever sister that was on what it's one of those I want to say it's Madame Noir channel a few years ago. You let that darker skinned black woman, she had, I want to say she had dreads. She had dreads, right? You let her tell it. These non-black men, they worship you. They're, I don't know what I did to deserve to be in your presence. She literally said that, by the way. All these white men worshiping black women, yet black women's marriage, interracial marriage rate in America is like 5%. We're not talking about when you control for married black women, black women. We're talking about for the entire adult black women population, or at least marriageable age black women population. 5%, 4 and some odd percent. Why does that matter to black men, Z? Because black women talk to you the way they talk to you because they're comparing you to white men and deeming you lacking. That's why. On top of them having the black men ain't ish and matriarchal and really gynocratical, gynocratical, gynocratic. There we go. Gynocratic worldview. Huh? That's why it matters. Because black men are attempting to buck the system. right? Black men are attempting to buck the gynocracy, and how dare you? I'll just go end up with a white man. If I can't be over you, black men, then I'll just go be with the white man. And be what? Over him? No, I'm willing to submit myself to white men, but I will not submit myself to you niggers. Oh, there we go. FD, if you didn't understand what I was trying to say before, that's what I was trying to say. You did understand it. That's why you weren't attempting to let me land. Black women don't actually have a problem with patriarchy. They have a problem with black men trying to be patriarchal. That's what they have a problem with. Black women said, if it's good, if I'm gonna be here in the black community, it's gonna be a gynocracy. Excuse me. Black men get black women's ass to kiss. That's why I put the link from attorney Dennis Sperling. Because what did the young lady with the braids say? The way we treat black men, we can't treat what she said, white men or non-black men, whatever she said. We can't treat non-black men the way we treat black men. Right? Exactly. Indigo Flow says worship. They were trying to get the box. Black women are attractive. Attractive black women are attractive. Fit black women, cute face, skin glowing are hella attractive. From the lighter skin to the darker skin, hella attractive. What that mean for whether he wants to marry you or not, and actually legitimate this thing and actually pass on resources to you and actually pay for your ass. That's a whole different conversation. As Indigo said, they want the box. Now, is he willing to pay for the box for a lifetime? Now, that's a different conversation now, isn't it? Is he willing to put a ring on it and say, this is my wife? Uh-oh. He don't got to say black wife. This is my wife. Now, you're going to say white husband because you're a black woman in America. Of course, you're going to say white husband. And Biro says, they may be attractive, but what about their attitude? And that's another thing. Black women don't think that black men are deserving. Shout out to all those black women saying, you don't think we're worthy and deserving. Well, in that case, black women don't think that black men are deserving of a black woman that's not an asshole. Like I said before, black men deserve black women's ass to kiss. And non-black men, well, they get the softer side of black women. That's as long as Keisha could act, right? When it comes to that attitude, hit or miss, it depends, right? But that's really what it is. Black women, it depends on the type of black woman, right? Some of them just want the mixed baby in the hood. Some of them, it's about the beauty standard and white men being, the man right now on planet Earth. So if I can land me a white man, then what does that say about me, right? You read comments sometimes from black women imagining things. I was walking with my white man through the store and the way white women were looking at me, which is possible. It's possible. It could be a figment of your imagination too. You could be making it up also. The way black men were looking at me, I saw this black man staring at me, and I'm telling y'all comments I've literally read, staring at me and my white man, and I just looked up at him and ugh, right? And Indigo says all that quote unquote women's intuition, and they can't discern between sexual attention and relationship intention. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Right? Huh. And I'm back. So that's what it is. Black women, I wish them all the best with these white guys. Shout out to Medium Man for the clip. Exactly. And I've been saying that's exactly what I said. Black women talk about white men that like they're naive, dumb, like they're Poindexter. And all she got to do is put that Gog 3000 on him, and his brain is going to melt, and he's just going to be throwing money. What clip is it? Is it from Family Guy? When Quagmire went to the strip club and he's just shaking, he's just throwing the money, and they act like that's white men. She's just gonna put that Gog 3000 on him, the best vagina in the world, and he's just gonna melt. He'd be like, "You can have everything." Alexa, play Ti. You can have whatever you like, please. Right? You let black women tell it, and we know it's that. I got to give it to her for this one. Shout out to Ebony K. Williams. Because when L'Oreal said, "Yeah, my Italian, my Italian, sorry, my homegirls, they're saying, get you an Italian man," and they worship, and the look on Ebony K. Williams' face. Let's be honest. How often does that happen? Because we already know the sisterhood. Some of us, unfortunately, grew up way too close to the sisterhood as black boys, and we heard our mothers talking like this. And how often did a black woman check them and be like, "Wait a minute, y'all, wait, we're in America, and y'all talking about white men worshiping black women? Where?" Right? Huh. Meanwhile, younger black women are saying, "Yeah, the way we treat black men, we can't do that to non-black men." And there you go. Thank you, young lady, for actually saying what's really happening. Black women are going over there to Whiteistan with a Coke and a smile. Right? Huh. Black women are the ones who are changing themselves to be with these non-black men in reality. And even that, they can't even keep up the facade that well. Maybe that's why your interracial marriage rate for non-black men is so damn low. I'm gonna pose this question for the 1 zillionth time. Is it only we know that, okay, fine, if you want to use the controlled number, if you control for married people, married black women are interracially married at 12%. Are we saying only 12% of black women ever had sex interracially? And if you look at all marriageable age black women and girls, I think they start at 16. Okay, whatever. Some 4 to 5% of black women are interracially married. Are we saying only 5%? Chrissy, you want to say only 5%? Paris, you want to say only 5%? Huh? Crystal and Kerosene, name them. You want to say only 5% of black women have had sex with white and Latino and Asian men? Only 5%? Get out of here. The only reason this matters, y'all, is because half the reason why black women give black men the attitude outside of the gynocracy is because they're comparing you to these omnipotent white men. As I said before, she feels like she's loyal because somewhere in her imagination is Henry Cavill in the corner just waiting for her, but she's being so loyal to you. She could have had Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill walked into the hair salon when she was getting her hair done, and she's like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm too loyal to Pookie. I'm too loyal to Tyrone, right? I'm too loyal to Tyrone, who has no job. As a matter of fact, that's why my car's not outside because he had to take it. He dropped me off to work and he had to take it. He dropped me off to get my hair done and he had to take it. But no, Mr. Chris Evans, no, Mr. Chris Hemsworth, no, Mr. Henry Cavill, I cannot. Right? Huh. And so black women have this imagination. Then when they talk to you with attitude because I said no to Henry Cavill for you. I said no to Chris Evans for you. I said no to Chris Hemsworth for you. And you have the unmitigated gall to not be rich. Right? You have the unmitigated gall to ask me, what do I bring to the table? I didn't choose the rich white man for you. You let black women tell it. Right? You let black women tell it. Asian men know how to treat black women. Excuse me, black. Yeah, they know how to treat black women. But Asian women know how to. Asian men, Mr. Z, get it out. Asian men know how to treat women. Latino men know how to treat women. White men know how to treat women. It's black men that don't know that there's. And this is what black women are really saying. I don't care what words are coming out their mouth. The actual message is black men are wayward because they're not willing to work themselves to death for a black woman's lifestyle. How can he be considered a real man if he's not willing to work himself to death and do whatever it takes, not for a black woman to not starve, not even for a black woman to live a stable life, no, for a black woman to live in the lap of luxury. I'll be a kept woman of leisure, right? Huh. You let black women talk, and that's really what it is. That's what this obsession with white men in particular, but non-black men, that's what it's about. These men know how to be real men. Because these men, particularly white men, ran around the planet, raped, pillaged, slaughtered, destroyed for white women. And the problem with you, black man, is you're not willing to do that. Right? Oh, they're and Vince's they are excuse me, they so far out of reality, it's concerning, bro. They are straight jacket insane. They are straight jacket crazy. The women we're describing, or the women we are describing, get it out, Z, are straight jacket crazy. Absolutely nuts. Look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was the first time I saw that clip, I was actually floored to see Ebony K. Williams slow up the rest of the girls on that Madame Noir clip. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not expect. I even if Ebony K. Williams knew it was a bunch of crap because she knows. I didn't actually expect her. I did not actually expect her to say it. If I'm gonna be honest, because the sisterhood like rarely checks other black women, especially when they start getting into their black men ain't ish and these non-black men are better talk, right? Because we hear that word, and I want to be very clear. Y'all hear the words black women use. They say worship. Madison Brown said worship. L'Oreal said worship. The black women I'm speaking about on the other clip, was it listen to black women? It was Madame Noir, but it was a few years ago. She said worship. They're all saying the word, these non-black men worship black women. They don't say find black women attractive. They don't say find black women appealing. They don't say interested in black women. They say worship. You got to ask yourself, what do black women think white women are getting where they're saying worship? Y'all think non-black men worship white women? Because let's be very clear, it's about black women's imagination of what the hell white women are getting. So they see white women on the pedestal, on the beauty pedestal, and they think black men, for the majority of us, we're worshiping white women. I don't know what Latino men and Asian men got going on, but you're saying black men worship white women? So now you want to be worshipped by white men to kind of what even the odds, right? Not be married, not simply be married to a white man and he treats you the way he treats the average white woman. Have fun with that. No, worship is the word you use. Okay, black women. All right, right. Absolutely straight jacket crazy talk. Now there is a space, and black women are not in going there. There is a space to talk about how America treats black people and black people's mental state because of it. That's not even the argument black women are making because they're too busy trying to be white women. So now black women are telling you, shout out to Madison Brown, they're going to Europe. Shout out to the black women who that I think there was a show that was supposed to be aired. I don't know if it ever aired. The women that were going to look for love in Italy. Black women, a bunch of, and it looked like a bunch of middle-aged black women talking about going to find love in Italy. I don't know if the show ever aired, but I remember watching the commercial for it or something along the lines. So now black women are telling you, black women, post-colonialism, God, bro, you know you got to be straitjacket crazy. If you see what white men got up to on planet Earth over the past 500 years, and you come out your mouth talking about white men worshiping black women, you got to be straitjacket level crazy, right? Man. And Indigo says, quote, these men were worshiping me versus, right, end quote, versus, oh man, I got to step my game up. How can I do more? And scene, right? And y'all give Z 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Yep. Yep. And thank you, Hitflix. And Hitflix says, Z, the show was To Rome for Love. Trail Billy says, desperately seeking salami. Hysterical, right? Man. And Alonzo Robinson says, and thank you for the super chat. You stay cooking, big ghost watcher, first time donator. Thank you for thank you for the super chat. Right. You let black women tell it, so Mr. Z gonna have to end out in a minute because y'all already know. Um, yeah. Reckless stream. Don't say it in the comments. Don't say it in the comments. But yeah. So let black women tell it. Once again, and as a matter of fact, y'all give me 1 second because I know I'm going through a dead zone. Give me a second. From Africa I came. This is hysterical. Not eat, pray, love, but eat, pray, swirl. Yeah, that would be a more accurate title if it was Black Women. If the movie was Black Women, because I think it was originally a book, right? If you let Black women tell it, it's not Eat Pray Love, it's Eat Pray Swirl. That's hysterical, right? That's hysterical because it's true, right? But yeah, so anyhow, as I said before, Black women speak as if Henry Cavill, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth are landing in front of the hair salon and the nail salon in helicopters with money leaking out of their wallet, with a black card stitched to their front shirt, and they're saying, "No, no, no, I can't. I'm Henry Cavill. I can't, go out with you because I'm too in love with Pookie and Tyrone. And even though they're bums and losers, even though they don't have anything, even though they're living off of me, I can't do it. Even though I'm overweight and this is the best he can do because his money isn't up, right? I'm the best he can do because he can't do any better because, he just got released from prison or his money isn't up. So he's going to keep on train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. He's going to keep on telling me and telling himself that I'm thick when really I'm overweight by like 200 pounds, right? No, I can't, Henry. I can't, Chris. Whether it's Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans, I can't. I love Pookie too much. I love Tyrone too much. I'm too loyal to them, even to my own detriment. Even though he's living on my couch and he refuses to get a job. Even though I have two kids from two different men, right? I can't, in good conscience, choose you over Tyrone because I want Tyrone to be my third baby daddy. You let Black women tell it. That's the conversation they're having with well-off, attractive white men, rich, well-off, attractive white men. You let Black women tell it. Okay, yeah, that's it, right? Let me read this now. I got a minute. And Lithium says, and thank you for the super chat. They don't question the systemic reasons for the money not being up. Of course not. What DZ by Best Zealot, one of her subbies said straight up, we gave them 60 years. What did Inky say to Black Uru, right? We gave y'all what 50 years or something like that. Yeah, you let Black women tell it. They're telling you, yeah, screw that. Time. Screw that. We gave you a few decades and you're not rich white men, so F what you talking about. Right? You let Black women tell it, yeah, no, screw that. You were supposed to build us Wakanda within the past 60 years. Never forget, never mind the miracle that Black men have done in America over the past 150 years since the end of slavery on paper. And since the end of Jim Crow over the past 60 or so years on paper. Never mind the miracle and the magic trick that Black men have been pulling. Oh yeah, I forgot, Black girl magic. Not Black people magic, Black girl magic, which is built off of, I can't remember how Charles says it, but yeah. Huh. Absolutely not, Lithium. They're not, no, they're not systemic issues. Absolutely not. No. The systemic reasons for the money not being up. Absolutely not. No, no, no. That's not our job as Black women. Black women think it's not their job. It is their job. Black women want these kick-ass sons for their daughters. They think they're going to get it from white men or non-Black men. Have fun with that. No, you're going to have to do for Black boys. Your daughters will not end up with the kick-ass Black men until y'all start doing for Black boys. But y'all could keep on trying to do the shortcut way and keep on failing at it. Right? Huh. So on that note, everyone, we will pause right here. Love, piece of chicken grease. Shout out to, once again, attorney Dennis Sperling. I've used that clip, the second link, a couple of times now. in my description box. And shout out to Medium Man um, for what he brought up. It is exactly we've been saying it. Women of color writ large, but black women specifically, see white men as naive Poindexters with money. And if she could just show a little attention to him or give him that Gok 3000 in the case of black women, or that fire ass vagina, that wet, then he's just gonna melt and just start throwing money her way and say, by the way, I'm giving you this money with no strings attached. For those of you that remember that tweet from last year? I want to say last year, where a black woman was like, white men don't white men will send you money to get your hair done and this and that done and before the first date or something like that, and white men started flaming her. It was at least a good 4 or 5, maybe 6 white men in her comments saying, where are those white men? Black women, y'all gotta stop. Even the white men are getting tired of your goddamn delusional talk, right? And Detroit says menu number 7, bat signal swirl cheesecake. And thank you for the super chat. And let me hurry up and read this. And thank you for the super chat, Detroit. And Detroit coming in with the numbers. Detroit be doing the thing. And Southern Purchases, when the panel on this, I have a friend who explained this to me perfectly about former white British colony and the women from them. He grew up, I guess, in Maui, Comoros, and USA. His mom is from Alabama. He explained it perfectly. All right, thank you, Southern Purchase. All right, y'all, we'll pause right there. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great day. And go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. All right, y'all already know it's a regular stream. All right, y'all, later.